What are some of the horror movies that you've seen that have genuinely kind of scared the crap out of you?
You know, it's funny. We've been talking about this a lot. Sorry, but you just hit on one thing that I thought that in thinking about it, like I remember watching Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Now, of course, we talk about Poltergeist and Exorcist and all these movies that were scary, but there is a campy quality to this movie too, that does sort of honor those sort of movies where you're equally like, it's scary, it's fantasy, it's ridiculous. You know, like if you think about Freddy Krueger in that sweater and everything, and it does seem kind of ridiculous, and yet it's so scary in a strange way. Even when like the Dokken music was playing to Dream Warriors, you know yeah. So there is a lot there is an element of that to this that I think is kind of cool. Just like even in the Conjuring that I did with James, so that sort of honored 70s movies. I think there is a link to a lot of the 80s movies, which I think is kind of fun.
What about you?
Sorry.
No. Oh, The Shining. Yeah, his performance was so weird, and talk about an old house. Like, come on, it doesn't get any more. That's the
scarier than that.
That's the consummate kind of like benchmark for weird, creepy houses and possession films, I suppose. But I found that film terrifying when I was little. And recently, I thought The Conjuring was super scary, really scary. Super scary, and I had a dream about it. Like, that's always a good mark of something really in your subconscious.
Yeah.
Like, I
You dreamed about me?
Honey.
That's so sweet.
Honey. And Drag Me to Hell I thought was great, the Sam Raimi film. I just was screamed. It's actually quite a cathartic. It's like karaoke or something.
Yeah.
Like you just, like that. It's something about it is a little bit, I don't know, but something slightly cathartic about it. But Drag Me to Hell really, really freaked me out.
So imagine that you're living in an old house and you're suspecting there's a haunting happening. Your kids' toys are turning on, by themselves. What do you do? If you're in that position, do you try and bargain with the ghost? Do you throw out the toys and move? How would you handle that?
You don't move. I think there's this misconception that people always think if you're in a haunted house, why don't you move? Do you want to move? You know how hard it is to move? Like, no one wants to move from their house. It's their house. Yeah, I don't move. I may bargain with the ghost.
Bargain?
Yeah.
Maybe they're nice.
There are some. Well,
Yeah.
you'll learn a lot about them once you see The Conjuring, too.
Okay.
If you're into real
That's
ghosts.
true.
So ghosts are often misunderstood,
They don't have to be bad.
Absolutely.